A 15-year-old girl lived with her father in a small house in the suburbs. Ever since her mother had passed away, her father had become her whole world. They had a wonderful relationship. One morning, the girl's father told her that he was leaving on a business trip and would be home very late. After saying this, he kissed her on the forehead, grabbed his briefcase, and hurried out of the house. Later that day, when the girl came home from school, she did her homework and sat down to watch TV. By midnight, her father still hadn't returned, so she decided to go to bed. She had a dream. She was standing on the edge of a busy highway. She looked across the road and saw a familiar figure. It was her father. He had his hands cupped around his mouth, as if shouting something to her. But she couldn't make out the words. When the roar of the traffic quieted down, she strained to listen. There was sadness in her father's eyes. He was desperately trying to tell her something. She barely managed to make out the words, "Don't open the door." Suddenly, the girl woke up to strange noises. Someone was knocking loudly and insistently at the door. She jumped out of bed, slipped on her slippers, and ran to the door. Looking through the peephole, she saw her father's face. He was staring straight at her. The doorbell was ringing again and again. "Wait, I'm coming," she shouted. She slid the latch open and was about to unlock the door, but stopped at the last moment. She looked through the peephole again. Something about his expression wasn't right. His eyes were wide open. He looked terrified. She put the latch back. "Dad," she called, "did you forget your keys? Dad, answer me. Dad, please. I need you to answer me. Is someone there with you? Why aren't you answering? I won't open the door until you answer me." The doorbell kept ringing and ringing, but for some unknown reason, her father didn't reply. The girl spent the rest of the night curled up helplessly in the corner of the hallway, listening to the constant ringing of the doorbell. It went on for about an hour before she finally drifted off into an uneasy sleep. At dawn, she woke up and realized that the ringing had stopped. She crept to the door and looked through the peephole again. Her father was still there, staring straight at her. She carefully opened the door, and what she saw filled her with unspeakable horror. Her father's severed head was nailed to the door at the level of the peephole. Attached to the doorbell was a note. It read, "Smart girl,